It's been so long since I've streamed. I don't even know how to do this anymore. But we're gonna hope that this goes okay. And if it doesn't, I'll just delete it from the channel. But yeah, this is the celebration of getting to 1,000 subscribers. So I figured that I will be on camera for a little while. I'm not sure exactly how long I'm gonna stream, but I'm gonna do some crafty things. I've got fabric here. I guess it might help if I'm in frame. And we're going to work on some half square triangles at first. And there's some quilt blocks that I've been wanting to try. So first I've got to construct them out of the fabric. I need 16 half square triangles, so we're going to do that. We're going to make those. I've got my iron. I've got everything that I need, and hopefully you do too. We're going to listen to some music and just kind of hang out. And if there are any questions that y'all might have for me as a very little small streamer on the platform, then hit me up. I got my chat open, which I think it's working. I've got this viewer thing going on, so we'll see what happens. I'm gonna see if I can see the chat on here. I should be able to. But if something happens and there is like a super duper like long delay in between, we'll figure it out. Again, it's been so long since I've done this, but and what's crazy though is that I used to do this like 4 or 5 times a week. Is get in front of this camera and stream on Twitch, and it's just wild that things change and it doesn't happen anymore. But anywho, y'all let me know if something is too loud or if something seems a little jacked up because yeah, yeah. So anyway, other than that, I'm gonna be crafting, chilling, all of that. Actually, let's see if this works. Let's test my own chat. Test chat. Well, at least that's sent through. So, dang, it's so weird doing it on YouTube versus doing it on another platform. Give me just 1 second, y'all. First, I'm just gonna make some weird faces at you first, and then we'll figure it out. Oh, okay. Okay, well, there's the chat, and there's my chat, and oh, there I am. Okay, yay. And there should not be an echo. All right. Cool, I think we are good to go now. Okay, so I'm gonna mute my microphone and we're just gonna hang out. And if y'all have anything to ask, fire away because I should be able to see it. So, happy crafting to everyone. And thank you again for 1,000 subs. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. I never really thought that. I mean, I thought I'd get there, but I thought it would take me way longer. So, anywho, happy crafting. Sorry about that. I don't know why my camera decided that it wanted to just freak out there for a second, but again, because it's been quite a while. uh, this is uh this is fun. Okay, there we go. All right, now we should be good. Again, now let's get some crafting going. Okay, so what's so wild about streaming is when you've done it for a long time, like I said, did it on and off for 6 years on Twitch, and once you've done it for a long time, it's one of those things to where it feels weird not talking to yourself and the camera. I know that that probably sounds really strange, but like part of me is like, okay, I've got my stuff muted right now because I don't want to have too much like in the microphone. But yeah, it's crazy because like when I don't want to be breathing in it. Hopefully it's far enough away to where that won't happen, but yeah, it's wild. So I might just leave the microphone open again. If something gets to be kind of whatever, just please let me know because I don't have any way of really testing it. I guess I could have recorded it before I started. Well, it's too late for that now. So so like I was saying earlier, what I'm doing right now is I'm making some half square triangles. And I'm going to be doing this because there are some quilt blocks that I've been wanting to try recently. I've been seeing them on Pinterest. I've been seeing a lot of them on Pinterest and they've piqued my interest. And when it piques my interest, I'm like, okay, I need to get at it. I need to at least try it. So that's what we're going to do. And what we're going to be doing for our half square triangles is we're going to be doing the 8 at a time method. Now my little square right here is about, it's like 13 by 13. Yeah. So what I've got is I've got a piece of white. Of course it's gonna auto correct the white because that's what cameras like to do, apparently. But I'm going to take my piece of white, and I'm going to take my piece of blue. I'm going to put them nice sides together. And I guess it's probably, I probably need to square this up. Now I have like a ruler that's big enough for this. And I have it right here. I love my rulers. They're just, I don't know, they're just convenient. This one is 12 and a half. Yeah, this one's 12 and a half square. So this is the one we're going to use. We're going to square up everything before we start making a bunch of, you know, sewing things, lines, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. Anyway. Take all that away. And I don't have one of those fancy like rotating mats either, so we gotta just go manually with the way that we're doing it, which is cool. It's fine. There's literally nothing wrong with that. If that's all you've got, then that's all I've got, so. Okay, so for our 8 at a time triangles, let me get my little graphic up because I pulled it up. I was like, I'm gonna use this. Or did I close it out? I might have closed it out. Did I close it? Well, that wasn't very smart. Hold on, let's try to find it again. Images. Okay, diagonal. Okay, alright. Alright, I think I got it. But let's keep it up just in case. Let's just keep it up here in case we get confused. Now, where do I go to open image in new tab? There we go. Okay, diagonal and then cut and then you do the crossways. Okay, alright. I got it. I got it. Alright, so what we're going to do is we are going to do our diagonal line and then we're going to sew a 1/4 inch from the diagonal lines. So that means I got to get this ruler out. And I got to get my favorite marking tool, which is this heat erasable pen. What camera? There we go, that camera. Yep, there we go. Alright, so now we're just going to take our little line and we're going to do it on our diagonals just like this. And if this doesn't work as easily as I want it to, I'm going to be like, I'm not going to be mad at it, but I'm going to look at it with a side eye and be like, what are you doing? Okay, let's give it a little pin just to keep things a little secure. Now I've got my machine right here. You can see I've got it kind of in frame, kind of, just because that's the best that I could do. And what we're going to do is I'm going to take it to the machine. I'm going to sew a 1/4 inch from both of these lines. So I am gonna mute. I'm gonna mute it while I'm sewing. Unless y'all just like sewing sounds. I don't usually have a lot of sewing sounds like in my normal videos. But let me see what it looks like on the thing. And then I might still mute it. I don't know what this motion's supposed to be. What are we doing here? Okay. Okay, I did end up muting it because it looked like it was going to be too loud or probably too annoying, but I did go ahead and sew there. So now we're going to take this and we're going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, well that was easy enough. Alright, so now I've got these seams done here. Let's go back to our graphic and just make sure. Okay, we sew there, then cut there and cut there. Okay, easy enough. And I'm gonna do this twice. I guess I could just go ahead and like do them both at the same time, but no. No, no, no. Nay, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do it like this. And I guess too, let me see where my intersections are. I'm gonna go ahead and do a line here, and I'm gonna be cutting on that line as well. I know I don't have to mark it, but I just feel more comfortable if I mark it. I'm gonna have to trim the half squares anyway. Okay. Now. Okay, I'm gonna do the diagonals first because that's what the graphic says, although I don't think it's actually necessary, but we're gonna do it like that anyway. yeah, I guess I don't have to necessarily keep them together either, right? I shouldn't have to because it should be one, two, three, four if I cut it like that. Yeah, okay. Look at me. I gotta like second guess myself. I guess that's why I marked it, huh? Alright. Well, yeah, duh. Silly. Okay. Oh, maybe not throw it on the ground. Yay! Alright! Hey! Hey! Now, I wanted my half square triangles to be around 5. I think it was around 5 inches. Or 5.5. And they're pretty much right on the money. I am going to still trim them. I'm going to do a good thing. I'm going to do my right little whatever. But, now see, that's super convenient. Why have I not done this before? Can anybody tell me why I haven't done this before? Oh no, I'm a weirdo. But yeah, this is a little bit of a game changer, and I know that that's probably super lame of me to say. I don't really care though. It's just like that first time that you do something and you're just like, why have I made this more difficult than it needed to be? Because that's exactly what I've done, is made things way more difficult than they needed to be. So now I've got 8 half square triangles in about, I don't know, how long did that take me to do? How long have I been streaming? Oh, 24 minutes? Okay. Well, whatever. I've done other things too. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, we'll get our mat back out. See, I'm throwing them on the ground. I need to throw them on the ground. I'm just trying to press them. And also not knock my head on my table either. Okay. Alright, everybody can see. Alright. Okay, so as you can see, I am pressing my seam over to the darker side of the fabric. That just seems to make sense to me, so that kind of hides what's going on a little bit more. But again, we're going to be trimming everything down. It's going to be just fine. I still can't believe how fast that went. I don't know why I haven't done that before. I guess I've just been making things. I don't know. I know that I've seen that method done before, and I don't know why I hadn't tried it. You learn something new every day. Okay, so yeah, I'm using my big ruler again. Like I said, I am trimming mine to a 5.5 inch square. I do have a 5.5 inch square like ruler that's that size, but yeah. See, hey Melissa, what's going on? How's it hanging? I know, right? I know this is a different platform and it's a little bit weird, it's a little bit different, but yes, I am here doing the sewing things to celebrate reaching 1,000 subs on YouTube. That is something that I am super excited about. And yeah, so I thought that I would do a live stream, do an AMA if anybody wanted to ask me any questions. I don't know if anybody is curious about, whatever, but yeah, it's me, same old spot. You see where I'm But yeah, it is good to see you here too. Thank you for coming by and saying hello. Like I'm like it's pretty cool to see you know, see the worlds collide. Like see my folks from Twitch over here on the YouTube. Yes, and I am saying the YouTube. So, but yeah, no, I am doing all of the crafts today, just trying to, you know, um yeah, I try to do something a little crafty every day. Like every day I try to make time to do something crafty. Even if it's not like a big project or whatever, I just try to do a little something. So, but yeah, I'm so glad to see you. How have you been? How have you been? And also, let me know if anything sounds crazy. I know my audio probably sounds like garbage, and I did not know that it sounded that bad until I've been using my new microphone, and now everything from this headset sounds like garbage to me. So I can apologize about that in advance. I was telling Stankflap, Stankflap is my husband, that's his like internet handle, but we were talking the other day and I was like, I cannot believe that I streamed for years with this audio and people still showed up. So that is awesome. I have too many hobbies. Well, it is, you know, it's a thing that happens. So, it's okay. I'm definitely, I'm not going to be the one to judge you at all because clearly I have too much fabric for what I actually am, you know, legit doing. So, but yeah, no. How have you been? How's life been treating you? Oh, wow. I don't know what kind of cutting job that was. Not that was not what I meant to do. I guess cuz it's like kind of far away. I need to get my other. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Speed puzzling, really? Okay, speed puzzling. That's fancy. I've never gotten into that. I've never gotten into any sort of group. Actually, to be fair, I haven't done a puzzle in a hot minute. Like a hot minute. I have not done a puzzle, so you were one step ahead of me on that game. But yeah, it's been a long time since I've done a puzzle. I've done so many other things with my sewing, like doing like craft fairs, and I've been having my creations in different like local shops and things like that. I've been trying to go in that direction. I've been yeah, I've been wanting to launch my website again. I thought about possibly rebranding. I don't know. We'll see. But I kind of like that the name Fistina gives people like the idea of something to think about. Like, what the crap does that mean? when literally it's not anything like a nefarious at all. It's literally like the most innocent thing ever. But uh, oh, well, isn't that fancy too? Jellyfish. Who doesn't like a jellyfish? You know, jellyfish and mushrooms, I think, are like two cool things that exist in the world. Like, I don't know, mushrooms have been always been kind of cool to me. That was like before they became a trend. Like, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, but yeah, jellyfish, that's fancy. I like that. Very cool. But yeah, no, so that's what I've been doing with my sewing is I've been trying to um kind of like grow my community and kind of like reach out to other people that sew and get in some groups and trying to be better with social media. I've always been kind of garbage at it, but I've never been one to brag. I've never been like braggy McBraggerson about myself. And that just comes from, just I don't know. I just never I always grew up as like this modest kind of kid and blah blah blah. So, yeah, yeah, you need another hobby. You definitely need another hobby. You can join us. Join the sewing crew because, that's I'm always about getting people to sew. Like that's like yeah. But yeah, join us. I don't know why I'm trying to I'm trying to cut this, I guess, to keep it in frame, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it to where it's comfortable for me and I'm not like straining and I'm actually cutting through the material cuz right now it's not. There we go. See, that's much better. I don't know what I'm doing. I do. I actually do, but yeah. Thank you. Thank you so very much. I appreciate the kind words. It's wild to think like about this wild ride being to where, okay, I'm going to start this YouTube. And I've started it before. Like I started it like I don't know, over a year ago and I was like, I'm going to post. All right, I even did like a creator thing, like anybody cares to know like who I am. And I'm not saying that like in a like negative way, but like you gotta like build people to come here first before you're like, hey, I got a YouTube channel. Welcome to my channel. Subscribe. People have got to want to like know what you're doing. So I've learned a lot. I've watched so many videos about growing on YouTube and providing value for people and things like that. So I've definitely learned a lot over the almost year that I've been posting consistently. And consistently for me is once a week. So, yeah, but thank you again for the congratulations. I really appreciate that. I don't know how long I thought that it would take for me to get to 1,000 subscribers, but I thought it would take a little bit longer. And yeah, but I mean, me being consistent and just like showing up and just trying stuff and being like, hey, I am not perfect at all, like at all, but I will teach you how to make this quilt block and I will teach you how to do this and do that when it comes to the thing that I like to do. So that has definitely been fun. I've had so many people like that have suggested things or wanted to see a tutorial for stuff, which if I do stay on long enough, I'll do one of the boxy bags that I showed on one of my videos or one of my community posts like a few weeks ago. But I'm not 100% sure how long I'm going to stay on. I'm going to try to go like an hour, hour and a half. There were some days back in my old streaming days where I'd stream like 4 hours It'd be from like 6 p.m. to like 10. And I think back and I'm like, dang, like that's a lot of streaming. So, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, speed puzzling is pretty cool. Have you done any competitions or anything? Or like, won some medals or whatever? Cuz I see other people on my feed. I'm sure you're familiar with Karen Puzzles. She's always doing speed puzzling, and Grandma is doing speed puzzling as well. For those of you that don't know, um, Melissa comes from my community on Twitch, and when I first started Twitch, I did jigsaw puzzles, and I know that's like so random to do, but everybody else was doing like gaming stuff, and I mean this was like in 2018, 2017, 2018, something like that. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do something different because at the time that's really what I was into was jigsaw puzzles. So I started streaming and just like I said, staying consistent and people kept showing up. So then I started doing sewing and did some games. Anywho, Grandma is a big advocate in the puzzling community on Twitch. And she's partnered now. She's won awards. She's been doing some speed puzzling as well. And yeah, she's just for people that have been in that community. She's been a, she's been a big inspiration. So, oh, okay, okay, well, cool. Well, yeah, no, it's neat to see people do that stuff. It's like one of those like super niche kind of things. Just like speed puzzling. But I mean, it's the same as like speed running a video game or something like that. But yeah, no, that is so cool. That is so so cool. I feel like that if I ever got into um speed puzzling, I'd have to like travel like hours away to do the competitions just because I live in such a small town. But I mean, if I was really into it, it'd be worth the drive. It'd be worth the drive. But yeah, what I've been focused on recently is, like I said, having my sewing stuff in the shop and getting ready for holiday markets. I've got two more. Well, so far, I've got two craft shows that are left this year. And so I'm going to start making some items for that. And I've been making some upcycled items as well, putting those on my channel. And yeah, so that's been really fun. Like I have a whole like rack of sweaters and things like that that I want to either transform into like patchwork hoodies. Like I did a bunch of those last year. And I don't understand how that can be so right. Right. I've seen some of those videos and am right there with you. I'm like, how in the world do these folks puzzle so fast? It's wild. And I think to myself, I'm like, okay, yeah, like I feel like I could probably get pretty good at speed puzzling if I tried, but you know, I'm into sewing now. I'm a sewing kind of gal. I don't know why. I came out like that. But yeah, so. But yeah, so as you can see in the first part of the stream, the first 43 minutes, I've got my 8 half square triangles. So, give me just 1 second. I need to. It's almost dark here. It's crazy how it's getting dark now around 6:30 versus how it was getting dark in the peak of summer. It was like 8 o'clock, 8:30 before it was like barely even dark. But I've got to go do one thing. I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back. It is. The patchwork hoodies are a lot more work than just like the reverse applique ones that I've been doing as well, but they're fun. There's just something about them. They're unique and they're fun. And I can show you one that I did recently. It is over here. Yeah, right off of camera. But I thought it turned out pretty fun. Hopefully you can see some of it. Get my chair out of the way. And yes, I have sweatpants on because it's afternoon, but this is one that I did. Color block, excuse me, color block patchwork. And it's got Fruit Loops. There was a Fruit Loops hoodie that I saw at Goodwill. This was a Goodwill that was out of state because I don't live near a Goodwill. But yeah, this was a Fruit Loops hoodie. And it had some damage on it, so it was a little bit cheaper than the other ones. But yeah, I just decided to kind of combine it with some other things, and I thought that it ended up pretty cool. So yeah, yeah, that's these are fun. They're fun, and they're cute, and they're unique, and you never know what my brain is gonna come up with. So that's also fun. But yeah, so that is yeah. Hey, what's up, Kel? Holy dang 1K. Yeah, I guess it would be holy dang 1K. Yeah, yeah, isn't that wild? Like, I have no idea how many subs that I had when I did my last stream because it's been about a million years ago. But I know it wasn't anywhere near 1K. So yeah, but I have 1009 subs right now, unless somebody's left. Somebody may have left since I started streaming. But before I started streaming, it was 1009. My whole thing was, I was like, okay, when I hit 1,000, I was looking at the counter and I was like, all right. The big thing about it would be if I can hold 1,000 for 24 hours. That was my biggest thing. Was I was like, I want to. Okay, you can get there, but if I can get there and hold it, that was my big thing. So I looked at my count, and I mean, it's taken a long time to get from 900 to 1,000. Like, it's been a struggle. But yeah, so 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, little old me, I did it. I've done the grind. Although, to be fair, I probably could post twice a week and have it go a lot faster, but realistically, once a week is the cadence that kind of works for me. But yeah. So, how you been? Huh? All y'all coming up in here? How you been, Kel? Yeah. I was just telling Melissa that I've been hardcore into sewing, hardcore into doing the YouTube thing, and yeah, so that's really been my focus for a lot of time recently. But yeah, how have you been? It's like old times. It's like everybody's coming through and saying hello. It's like old Twitch times. It's so nice. I'm gonna give this another press, another little iron, because I had it over here sitting in a crazy spot and it's decided to get a little wrinkly again. So, shame on me, right? Shame on me for not having it like where it needs to be, but it's okay. It's okay. Alright, so let's take our 8 that we did earlier. Make sure we don't mess those up and you know, have those laying somewhere crazy. And we're gonna get our big ruler again. 12.5-inch ruler is, I don't know, it's very, very handy. Oh, the game dev gig for a little bit. Okay. Okay, well that's cool. Well, good deal. Yeah, no, I was just I hadn't even really talked about like what's going on, like I guess job wise or whatever. I mean, I'm still at the same place that I was at. Been there almost 2 years, like so glad to be away from old drama filled place. So it's definitely such a different vibe where I'm at now. So oh, okay. Okay. Well, look at that. All right. Yeah, no, it's yeah, that's a good name for ah, yes, the Hell Factory. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, I don't think anything, well, I'm not going to allow myself to be in another situation like that. So, but but yeah, well, that's good, that you still doing your thing. I know you've always had some sort of cool project that you're working on. So, so yeah, tell me about that. Tell me about whatever robot that you've built, or you've built your own custom GPT to make. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just going by buzzwords, buzzwords that I hear sometimes online. So, yeah, you can just ignore most of that right there. Just ignore most of that. But yeah, I can't even remember the last thing that you were making because, like I said, it's been so long. Okay, see, I knew there was a robot somewhere in there. Yeah, okay, see, AI. I figured that AI would be involved somehow. So, but the robot didn't work out well, you wouldn't have known unless you tried. So I think that that's pretty cool. That's kind of like me and this whole like having my stuff in like consignment stores and things like that is like I've never really even thought about trying it. And I tried it in one place, and the people that really visited weren't exactly my demographic of people. And I did learn that very quickly that it's just my stuff was a little bit out there for them, which is fine. I know that my stuff is not for everybody. But then I tried it at another place, and the other place is not exactly working out either. So I think I'm just going to, after everything doesn't work out, or everything is said and done with this one other place, I'm going to be focusing on like, you know, social media and online kind of presence and things like that. And I'll probably get to a point to where I'm not going to stop making stuff. Like that's impossible. But I'll probably get to a point where I'll do more of like just, featuring my stuff in different ways. So, we'll see. We'll see how that goes, but oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah, those are convenient though. I mean, like in my brain, I think about like, okay, I know there's more than obviously a Kindle and a Nook. Those are like there's more e-readers than that, but I think about a Kindle and I think about it being, I mean, it's obviously a little bit bigger than this and it's rectangular. It might be this size. I don't know. Anyway, I just know that they're very convenient. I had one long ago, but I never used it. So, yeah, well, hey, having a roof over your head is huge. It's definitely huge, and that is a good thing to have, you know. Housing insecurity is something that people are definitely struggling with. So, to be able to say that you've got a roof over your head is, you would never think that that would be a flex. It shouldn't be a flex, but anyway, yeah. Listen to her Onyx quote. Okay, yeah. Nice, nice. See, it seems like that was a good investment then, getting that years ago, and now you're able to put it to good use. So that's a good thing. For sure. I always like if I can find something that I've been holding on to for like a minute, probably a little bit longer than I should have, and I'm like, hey, 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 I'm using it now, using it now. So yeah, that's always a good feeling. Okay, I'm going to mute my microphone while I sew this. As you can see, in case you missed it before, I have my line on the diagonal and I'm going to be sewing a 1/4 inch away from both lines. But yeah, earlier I did see my mic go like brrrr, so I'm just going to mute it, sew this, and then I'll come back. You're right. Hey. But hey, again, that's always a fun thing when you can use the thing you've been holding on to. It's a good feeling. I've been there. Anyway, let me mute this and I will be right back over to you. Oh, all right. Hey, hey, that's a good thing. That is a good thing. I'm glad that you're able to be a lot more calmer with the hemp products that have been stocked. It definitely the universe being less than ideal will definitely cause a lot of anxiety. So I feel you on that. I feel you. But well, that's good that it's past tense and that you're getting, some relief from it. So, good deal. That's why you have fun. I mean, hey, maybe that's why I've been crafting like none other. Maybe that's, my version of a distraction is sewing all of the things. So, you know, hey, we all have something. It could be hemp, it could be speed puzzling, it could be cats, it could be whatever. But hey, if it helps, it helps, and I don't care if it helps, it helps. So, and you're not like hurting anybody or hurting yourself, and yeah, so it's all good. It's all good. Healthy. Healthy. Now, if you get up to where you've got like 15 cats, we might have to have a little chat. I might have to pull you into a Discord group and say, Melissa, now, what are we doing here with the 15 cats? But hey, you do you. You do you. If you're able to take care of that many, then but you know, five is that's yeah. 15, yeah. We might have to have a little chat. Just a little chat. Oh, chat. Like, you know, poor chats. Poor shot. Yeah, okay. How long ago did I take French? Don't don't come at me. Don't you come at me. Alright. Yeah, see, this is just so. This is such a hack. Like, doing these half square triangles like this. I cannot. I cannot believe. And, well, I mean, I can. Because I have a lot of small scraps. Like, that's the biggest thing. Is like, I'll piece them together because I just have a lot of smaller pieces of fabric. And I don't always have a square that's, 12 and a half inches. So, if I'm doing smaller half square triangles, I'll piece them together differently. But this right here, if you need a bunch of the same one, psh, you can't beat this method for real. I freaking love it. So, but yeah, no, it's nice to be back streaming again. I don't know. I've thought about it multiple times like over the months, and I'm like, cuz I just think back about how much I was doing it. Like I was literally streaming 4 or 5 times a week. And of course I had different ideas of like how things would look streaming that much. Like I don't know. I mean, I know there was one point in time where I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go super hard and I'm gonna push and I'm gonna stream all this and all that. But and things just didn't work out that way. But yeah, I've definitely occasionally thought about like, okay, I could stream like once a week or something. So just know that y'all are on my mind. So, but yeah, so once I get these going, and I guess I could probably, do what I need to do in frame. Like I feel like that I'm not doing anything in frame. Like if somebody came to like see the actual sewing content, they're just like, "You're not showing us anything." Well, I'm sorry. I'll get better with it. But, I guess in addition to like the camera that's like sideways viewed or whatever, yeah. In addition to that being a thing, I don't have a which is something I've battled with the entire time that I've streamed, is a like a top-down camera setup. They make a lot more like types of apparatuses. I know that's not a word. Apparatuses. I know that's not. Okay. I can say it though. But they make a lot of different kind of rigs that you can do to where you've got like the camera on the rail, or you've got it dangling from the ceiling, or you've got some sort of like nanobot that holds it for you, some sort of drone. Yo, there we go. I could just have a drone that hovers while I stream. Anyway, all of those are ridiculous, but yeah, one day I'll revisit that. For now, I've got my Logitech that is on a little clip that is showing y'all what's going on, and I think it works fine, okay? Especially for the frequency that I'm streaming right now, so it's cool. How does this video have likes on it? Are y'all liking the video? Oh, I didn't know you. Oh, I didn't realize that you could like it um while it's going. I thought that was something that had to happen after the fact. Oh, see, I just learned something new. What? Neat. Okay. Wow. And I guess I'm seeing it happen as it's happening, like seeing it happen live with the likes. Oh. There must be a thing to where multiple people, you can do it more than once. It has to be. Alright. Here are the other 8 half square triangles that we made. So now let's get these trimmed, and then we can get to the fun part, which is making jigsaw puzzles. So, hello, Quiet Hold. Welcome to the party. We are doing these for now, and then we're going to be assembling them into something later. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it very, very much. Thank you so much for being here. You are a part of the 1K, a part of making it happen. So, yes, thank you so, so very much. Like I said, I decided to do a little live stream because I'm way better at live streaming than I am with my long form content. It's just, it is what it is. I'm okay with it, and it is what it's whatever. But yeah, how are you doing this evening? It is Thursday evening where I'm at. It's around 7 p.m. my time. But yeah, how are you doing today? So we're gonna trim up these blocks, and then we're gonna do a little bit of putting together. So that is fun times. Fun times. And I'm actually using my ruler a little bit backwards because this is the one that I use the most. And on the very end of it, the very, very end of it, I guess I must have like cut it with a knife or my rotary blade, but it's got a tiny little just like on it. Just a little tiny little. And I don't think that really affects my cuts as much as in my brain I think they do, but when I look at it, it annoys me. Now, could I buy a new ruler? Sure, I could. Or could I use this ruler until, every corner gets a little on it? That's exactly what I'm gonna do. So, but I can still talk about it. But yeah. Okay, yeah. I guess technically I could probably, just kind of do the... Well, no, it wouldn't be nearly as accurate if I just did the dog ears on here. I'm trying to be a lot better with my sewing hygiene on certain items. So I'm well, you're in well, thank you. Like I said, it's so crazy because, and I guess it just really has to do with how many years that I did it before. I mean, I streamed for so many years, and just keep doing it and doing it. You just get, I guess, pretty decent at it. So, but thank you. Thank you. I said I feel so much more just natural doing this than me trying to talk to the camera and, edit my long form because I don't know. It's like, okay, I'm doing a long form video. I need to make sure that one, I'm providing value to the audience. Two, I'm not rambling on with some story that nobody cares about. And three, just not being too boring. But I know I tend to be very animated on my. I'm just like doing this constant. But I don't know. I didn't really think that it was going to be such a big difference when I really started getting into my YouTube journey. Like I thought that it was just going to be similar, but it's just way different. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, thank you for your very kind words. I'm actually really excited that I'm going to be able to. Why can I not see? This is what I'm talking about. Is like I feel like that. I feel like that I'm not cutting on this edge because I don't want to make that worse. I just need to. I just need to turn it backwards. I just need to turn it backwards. That's what we're gonna do. And then maybe I'll feel like that I can cut through it. Yeah. Okay. Anywho. Anywho. But yeah, so it is October the 2nd. Today is the 2nd. And it's Thursday. Yep. So it's October the 2nd. I am very much a fall girly. Fall is where I feel like that I thrive. And it's not even like to where like I feel like I gotta like buy a bunch of pumpkins and I gotta get like cozy girl vibes and all that. Although I will be getting cozy girl vibe. I mean, I am in the sweatpants. I told y'all this earlier. But I'm not gonna be buying anything new to enjoy fall. I might get a pumpkin spice latte. That's about the only thing that I'm gonna buy. Everything else is gonna be like, I got hoodies for days that I can curl up into when it gets cool. I'm in the southeast of the USA. It's still hot here. The mornings are starting to cool down, but in the afternoons when the sun is blaring down and I'm still seeing mosquitoes, I hate mosquitoes. I hate them with a passion. But yeah, we're still seeing mosquitoes. I'm tired of it. I'm ready for. And but the leaves are falling. The leaves are falling. Just there's crunchy leaves everywhere, but the heat still happening. The warm afternoons still happening. I'm ready to be in my hoodie and cozy. So, you know. But yeah, October the 2nd, I saw this little chart on one of the social medias and it said something about like the first day of or the first cool day, which the way that they defined it was like lows in like the 30s or something, was like October the 15th last year or something. So I'm looking at the calendar and I'm just mentally getting ready for the day that I wake up and it's a little bit chilly in the house and I'm like, yeah, I can bundle up. So very ready for that aesthetic. And then the thing about it is like 5 seconds later, which to be fair, I'm already seeing the people trying to bust out with a tree of some sort, a Christmas tree. I know it's Q4 for business and people are getting ready for the holidays. I get it. But can I have my pumpkin at least for a couple of weeks before I start seeing the trees? Just a few weeks of pumpkins. That's all I ask for. That's all I want. But, you know, we shall see. At least in my world, you'll see fall vibes for a while. I will embrace them as much as I can. You know, at my day job, I have people that I work with, and they are summer people. I mean, they are summer. The second that it gets remotely cold at all, they're just like, I want my summer back. And I have to look at them and I'm like, do you really want the 101 or the 110-degree heat index days? Are you really looking for that? Because I am not. I am not trying to do that. So exactly. It's not even Halloween. Like they won't even let you get to Halloween before they try to bust up. I can tell you 3 instances already where I've either seen like the Facebook groups I'm in, I've seen people do like there was one today. Okay. So for those of you that might not be crafty, so say that you've got a chicken wire. You got chicken wire. There's this project that people will do where they will take chicken wire and they will hang beads in each of the little like holes in the chicken wire, and they'll make like either like a big like framed thing, or some people have make like these massive kind of walls of it. It takes forever, but they look amazing. It's like kind of like a sun catcher type thing. And I saw one today on social media where somebody was doing a Christmas tree, and what they were asking was, it was a Christmas tree, it was like a small version, and they were asking, they put like little white beads to be like snow, and they were asking for people's opinions. They were like, oh well, does the snow add to the tree? And me, I'm thinking like, dang, dang. I mean, I get it, but I just have my pumpkins. Well, see, okay, now see, that's fine though. The tree, you're doing your thing, you're putting the pumpkins on it, changing it for the seasons. I've known multiple people that have had a tree up all year. They have the tree up, but they just change the ornaments for the season. Like they have like Valentine's hearts and things for Valentine's, and have pumpkins on the tree for fall time. But like this was clearly a Christmas tree with snow behind it, and I just want, I just want to see some orange. And what's funny is like I don't even really like the color orange, like per se. Like I don't even have that much orange fabric. I actually was sorting through some fabric, like I don't know, it's been a few months, but I was sorting through fabric and I was like, wow, I have like no orange fabric. I don't have a lot of orange. Um, I don't have a lot of like neutral fabrics. Like I don't have a lot of like browns and like blacks and grays and stuff. Y'all know most of the stuff that I do is just like in your face, like whatever. So this is exact. See, see. I know how you're rolling. I know how you're rolling, Melissa. I got you. See, see, quiet hold. See, okay. This is the thing about it. It's like as I wave this open, Yeah, we don't have kids, so I don't think about having it open or whatever. See the Michaels with the Halloween decorations. It's earlier and earlier, and that is one thing I've talked to my mom about this too. Is one of the things is I mean, they really do push it up and up as far as when they change for the different seasons. Like I've worked retail before and I know that they've got to get a jump. And the retailer I worked at was like a big company, a big company. And I remember like I was working and I remember seeing like the Easter decorations. And I mean, it's like, okay, you change over, you get the Valentine's. Of course, immediately they're going to have Easter. Once they rotate to Easter, they're going to immediately have 4th of July. Like, that's just, they got to get one step ahead. But I mean, it keeps getting pushed earlier and earlier and earlier. And it's just like, okay, I guess. Like, um, but yeah, it's definitely a thing. Like even my mom, like I mean, she's been like a fan of like Christmas stuff. Like I mean, pretty much her entire life, I would say. But I remember it was last year or the year before. Even she, when we first talked about everything getting pushed up, she was just like, "Yeah, they just keep shoving it down your throat," and they do. They really, really do. Earlier and earlier. Oh yeah, no. And that's the thing too. You gotta bust out the lights, and you gotta hope that you put them in there like in a decent way because it could be to where if you put them in there and they're not like wrapped up all nice and the thing too, you could put the lights in in the tub or in the bin, wrapped up all nice and neat, and then you still try to get it's like a little goblin gets in there and like mixes them up. And you're just like, I know last year I put these in here where they're gonna be all nice and they're gonna come out, you know, whatever. No, no. It doesn't matter what you do. Like I said, there's a goblin that comes in and just busts up into your bin of lights and is just like, hey, I'm gonna run amok through here for no reason. For no reason. So, yeah, no, I definitely understand not wanting to get into that bin. So, but yeah, I just like I said, I wanna look at the pumpkins for a little bit longer. I just want to be able to enjoy the fall. And yeah, cuz yeah, maybe people are like, "Oh, what's your favorite season?" Fall. It's always been fall. And I'll tell you the specifics why. Fall. Things are getting cooler. The mosquitoes are going away. You have to understand my hatred of mosquitoes. I get that I'm sure they have their place in the ecosystem. I guess. Um, but my thing with mosquitoes is my entire life I've been the one. Like I will go outside for a second. A second. I've almost timed it before where I've been outside for like 4 minutes. 4 minutes. I got at least 3 mosquito bites. I've always just had that sweet blood, as they say. Sweet. Maybe that's a southern thing, but I've always been the one to get bit, and it makes being outside miserable. It literally makes it unbearable and miserable. So yeah. So fall is when all of those heathens go away. Pumpkins. Yep. Hey. Period. Preach it, Melissa. That's exactly. Pumpkins up. We have pumpkins we keep up year round. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. That's the vibe that we got going on. But fall, that's my season. Winter's fine. The thing about winter is, it's fine because you can get to bundle up more. Snow is pretty. Where I'm at, we don't get a lot of snow. What happens around here is when it gets cold and it wants to like the precipitation wants to do its thing. What happens around here is we get ice storms. We don't get like, snow to where it's like, oh, look at the snow, it's so pretty. Oh, no. No. We get full blown, like, shut the state down for a week and a half. Yeah. So, I'm definitely Yes, yes. Yes, Kelly, exactly. Same. Same October, I see October rolling around and I'm like, yes. That this is my jam. So yeah, winter is fine. Winter is also when my birthday is. I was born in January. So I get the story of the day that I was born from my mom every year. So that's fun. But yeah, so winter is fine. Spring, okay, everybody's like, oh, well, the dark days of winter and the days are short and all that. I mean, I get it. I get it. But spring rolls around and everybody's like, yeah, the days are going to get longer. Okay, so in addition to the days getting longer, do y'all know what them trees do? And the flowers and everything sprouts to life. And what does it produce? Pollen. Yeah, and lots of it. Just like, I don't know, buckets of pollen. Like, I think I don't have a bucket near me, but you think about just a bucket of like fine dust just dumped out constantly for months. That's springtime. And then, you get storms and tornadoes and all that stuff because, again, live in the South. Green dust. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So, no. No. I'm not trying to breathe in the green dust and all of that. I'm trying to, and as I've gotten older, so I'm 41, and I've noticed it's something that as I've gotten older, it gets more and more intense. But when I was younger, pollen, no, nothing. It didn't bother me. Okay, like, oh, see, the car is covered in a layer of green dust. You know, green, whatever color, covered in dust. All right, cool. So then, me getting into my 40s, and I'm like, okay, all right. I'm gonna have to take some sort of medication to be able to breathe this day because I look at the forecast. I'm looking at the forecast and it says pollen count is very high. And it talks about all the different, things that are producing pollen. It's like, oh, the weeds, the trees, the flowers, everything that can is producing pollen. And I'm looking to myself like, welp, I guess today is just not going to be a day. I'm just going to have a scratchy throat, you know? So that's springtime. And then again, summer, it's just, yes, the days are long. Yes, everybody wants to be outside. That's fine and dandy. But it's just humidity and sticky hot, and just, I don't know. It's just not. And then the bugs. And then again, we're back to the bugs. So, anywho. So, I say all that to say that fall girlies rise up. This is our season to thrive. Get your gear, get your things going on. If you haven't already, we rise up. This is our month to, yeah, to really embrace it. So, okay. So, when I said to y'all earlier, it was like I have been streaming for like 48 minutes or something like that. Okay, so we're at about an hour and a half. And I'm finally done with the 16 half square triangles that I've been working on. Thank you for your patience as I talk your heads off on this live stream. But yeah, so we have our half square triangles here. Like I said, I have been trimming these to 5.5. So the block that we're gonna do is gonna be fairly large. And this is actually something that is on purpose because I've been thinking about wanting to do a mini quilt. So you have to understand, those of you that may not be familiar with me, is when I'm in my sewing kind of thought process, I like to have multiple projects going on. Like, there was a point in time where I would like to have like one big project, like one big thing that I'd be working on. But mainly because of size constraints of the areas that I have, I tend to do smaller projects and just kind of do more of them. So I've been wanting to do like a mini quilt of some sort, and I hadn't really decided on like a pattern or if I wanted to do something that was super detailed. A lot of the times, sometimes I just want to do something that's just kind of easy on the brain, something that doesn't take too much like power. So I'm gonna lay these out, and I know I'm not gonna be able to get all of these on camera, but I'm gonna try to at least get most of them. Oh, I might be able to get. Oh, I can lay them all out. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's fun. Okay, this is not the pattern that I'm doing. I'm just laying them out because I just wanted to look at all of them. Oh yeah, okay, that's a nice size. I like that. Okay, so this is all 16. Like I said, there's a few of them that are a little bit off camera, but these are. It's like my light was trying to dim or something. Okay, 16 half square triangles. Now, I wanted to do these with a pretty high amount of contrast. We've got our super dark and we've got our white on this side. And like I said, I did them 8 at a time, so the process went way, way faster than I thought. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have y'all up here and I'm going to pull up some of the different patterns that I've been saving all over my Pinterest. You know how social medias do the thing to where you look at one thing and then apparently that's just the only thing that you want to look at for the rest of your, scrolling. Sometimes I want to look at something different, sometimes. But I actually have saved quite a few blocks, so let's do a little bit of experimenting. Let's go down to when I first went down this little rabbit hole of half square triangles. Practice blocks. Is that what that is? But that's not even. What? Sorry, I was just like, what is going on? Okay, let's look at this one. Okay, yeah, this will be a fun place to start. Okay, so now we've got our pattern like this so far. So now we're gonna twist some things around and we're gonna get some new ideas. So maybe if there's a way that I can try to think there's a way I can get them all. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn this off for now. Okay, that gives a pretty good area. You can see most of it. So just use your imagination and work with me here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this first quilt block, and that's not it. I just had it pulled up. There we go. Alright, we're gonna do this first one. And yeah, so we're just gonna be basically playing with blocks and playing with puzzle pieces to kind of see the different things that you can do with this layout here. So again, this is 16 half square triangles, 5.5 inches in size. So if I take this one, we're just gonna rotate some stuff around. And this one. Okay, and it's probably not gonna look like much of anything until we get towards the end. I'll take this one, and like this. Okay, and we do this one, and this one, and this, and then we do this one. Wait, okay, this one. And now, okay, I'm also gonna say, like, I don't know what the names of any of these blocks are, but I just know that when I looked at them on my screen, they looked pretty cool. So, let's see what this one looks like on my screen. See, this one doesn't look as cool as it did on my screen when I looked it up the other night. It looked way cooler. I probably got thread all over me. Just ignore the thread, okay? I figured maybe if I take photos of these and then look at them. Okay, so this is what it looks like on my phone. I don't know if you can see that. But this is the photo that I just took. Well, that looks kind of neat. That looks alright. It's probably because the blocks are so large that it's not hitting me like it did on my screen. So that's why I took a photo. But that's pretty cool. What do y'all think of that one? That one's alright. If I find one that I see and I'm just like, oh yeah, then I'll probably end up sewing the blocks together. And then that'll be the end of the stream. But until we get there, we'll continue to make some different shapes. So that one's okay. Let's see, what else we could see here. Okay, this one looks neat. I see. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I was kind of thinking, like, and that's why I will get a better camera setup one day. I really will. Maybe I can, like, yeah, that won't really help with being able to get everything. Okay, so this is what I'll do is I'll just arrange it and then take a photo and then I'll show you. That's a good workaround that I can figure out for this. And then again, one day I'll get something fancy. And I've got like my fancy camera that's here, but I just didn't hook it up for this. I had all of these other cameras already set up from, my other streamer days, so we just decided to use that. But that's why I have a phone, so I can do alternate things just for you. Just for you. Alright, let's try this one. Okay, we got the corners will stay the same. That one's gonna be like that. Like this. Okay, that one stays like that. Okay, so this kind of this is kind of scratching like the puzzle itch, cuz I have thought about puzzles too. I've thought about a lot of different things recently. I mainly cuz I was cleaning my area and I was straightening up. This was like a couple months ago. But I was trying to organize my like mess of an area that is over here, and I had some of the puzzles that I had purchased over, like clearance places and stuff like that. And I was like, I haven't done a puzzle in a while. Sure could be something cool to do, but I hadn't done anything with it. Okay, that one goes there, and then this one goes like that. Is that right? That. Okay. Alright. Yeah, these are just gonna look better. And I guess that is just a thing, is like having it on a smaller scale. Because yeah, these are already just looking so much better in the photo. Okay, so there is the block that's on the table right now. There's the full view of it. Now I like that one. I like that one. That was pretty neat. Is it the one? I don't think it's the one. And that's okay. And you know why that's okay? Because I got plenty more fabric. So, yeah. I've got so much more fabric that I can use. So if I choose one and then I want to do a different one, it's not going to be a big deal. But yeah, I like that one. Alright, let's keep scrolling. Okay, that's that one. That one looks stupid. Some of these quilt blocks look a little bit sketchy. Like, and that's the thing too, is like when you're messing with quilt blocks and you start putting stuff together and you look at it, and like if you glance at it and you might see a shape that you don't exactly want to be associated with, and you don't want to have anything to do with that shape, you gotta like change stuff like really fast. So like as I'm scrolling, I'm looking at the quilt blocks and I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't think I'm really a fan of that shape. So but but yeah, the fun thing about it though is that there are so many different versions that you can do. I mean, I could literally just like probably take this and turn some like 90 degrees and get like a whole different look. That's essentially what we're doing. But yeah, you turn it around and you just like um let's see. I could have sworn that I saved like way more than this. Of course, now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, I guess I didn't. But let's see. And see that one, I saved a couple that have like different techniques. They're different than just half square triangles. Okay, here I got one for you. All right, let's try this one. Okay, so if we take these two, let me turn off my. Oh, I did turn off my iron. Okay, take these two and do that. Okay, this one's like this. Now this one may not translate exactly how I think that it should, just because on the photo it's like a two-tone kind of thing, but I think it should still kind of have the same vibe. Okay, so then turn like this, like that, and then this one's like this. Hmm. Alright, let's do the photo test. Okay, so this is the one that I just did. There's that one. That one's okay. I could probably see this one being better if it was two different colors. Like the way that the photo has is like this one up here, and then the one opposite it diagonally is like a different color. But that's different. Now, is it the one? No, it's not the one that I'm going to sew. But you never know what it's gonna look like until you're like really doing it with your like looking at it with your eyes. It's just different. I don't know. It's like, yeah, I could look at this on Pinterest all day, but until I like physically put my hands on it and do it, yeah. Okay, so we did that one. There was another one that I saw. Oh yeah, that was the one I was like, ugh. Okay, I'll try this one. Alright, and this one looks like I'm just literally rotating everything. No, no, I'm not. Never mind. Forget it. Forget that I even started talking there. 'Cause that was not what I thought. I was like, oh, I'm just taking all these and I'm rotating them 90 degrees. No, I'm not. Okay, like this. Like this. Okay. And that. And like that. Okay, and then and see, this is why I wanted to do this with half square triangles with a lot of contrast, because I tend to have a lot of fabrics that have patterns on them, because a lot of the fabric that I have is it's secondhand, or yeah, it was either purchased secondhand or it was given to me secondhand or things like that. And a lot of it is patterned. I really don't have a lot of solid colors at all. But yeah, I figured that this would just give a different look if it was contrast like this. Okay. Alright. That one's alright. Alright, this is the one that's on here now. Oh, right there. That one's okay. It's so funny though. It's like I go back to this one. You like that one? You like that one? That one's alright. That was pretty cool. Yeah, like they're real. I mean, it's again, it's just it's something about, and maybe it's like like a, it's just a tactile kind of thing of just like being able to do it with my own hands versus seeing. And I think also too, the fabric choice is going to make a difference as well. If you're using a fabric that just doesn't speak to you or something that's just like, then it's going to have a different feel and a different vibe than other fabrics. So, but yeah. And I'd also like to try this with like I said, with fabrics that have that do have different colors. I could probably like whip some up really quick, but I'm not gonna get into all that right now. I just really wanted to kind of see some of these different ones. Now this one, this kind of looks like the opposite of one that I did earlier. Oh no, actually, wait, is that not the same one? It's crazy too how different it can look with like a fabric, like a contrasting fabric. Um, okay, let's try this one. Let's try this one. Okay, so do this. I have to talk while I do it, so just you know, sorry, not sorry. This one goes this way, and this one goes this way, and like this. This. Hey, what's up? Tessa B in the house. What's happening? Welcome to me messing around with quilt blocks until I get tired of it and doing different patterns, but I have to show them to you on my phone because my camera won't show them all correctly. So, but how are you? Welcome, welcome to the 1,000 subscriber celebration that we are having because y'all are amazing and an awesome community. So, but yeah. So here's this one. This one's like it's like a little round, like circle kind of thing. Come on. Oh no. I may have lost y'all for a second. Sounds like no. No, that's just it's just a matter of like I think next time that I do it I will get my fancy camera hooked up because that's the one that I record my normal long form videos on is this DSLR. I mean, it's an older Canon one. It's not like whatever. But it definitely does the job and it's like chef's kiss. But I didn't hook it up for this cuz I had all my other stuff hooked up. But yeah, it's like a bullseye. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so this is what the full block looks like. And like I think that I would probably like this one more if these were a different color. See, and this is something like yeah. If I would have thought this through a little bit more, I would have been like, okay, well let me make 8 in one color and 8 in another. But me, I already had those pieces like cut and I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go with 16 the same color. It was different in my brain than how we're doing it here. And yeah, you probably may have lost me for a second, but my OBS decided to disconnect. But we should be back, and everything's good and grand. But yeah, this one's like a bullseye. That was kind of the vibe that I was getting with this one. Oh, well, that one's kind of neat. Okay, we're gonna do a couple more and see. Wait, I might. The more that I look at all of these like patterns, the more I'm looking at them and I'm like, dang, yeah, maybe I should cut out some anyway and do some different colors. But But yeah, no, I appreciate you stopping by and saying what's up. It's so neat to just have everybody hanging out. I've got my Twitch crew and got my YouTube crew. Yeah, it's so fun. It's so fun. And I didn't even like tell y'all like I mean, I posted it on YouTube, but I never know like how much of the crossover happens, you know? Like I didn't put anything in Discord, which is I know where most of y'all are, but you're still hanging out and seeing me. So that's pretty cool. Why did my voice get all crazy like that? Who knows? I am not streaming on both. I know that you can. I know there's a way that you can do it. I've looked at it a little bit as far as what goes into it, but I know that it is like a thing that like for a while there like they were like no, you can't stream on both. It's not allowed. But now it's like not a big deal. They'll be like, okay, yeah, you can multi-stream on everything. You can stream on TikTok, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch. But no, I am not streaming on both. Right now, I am streaming through OBS Studio strictly to YouTube. So, but I do want to look into that because I think that that would be kind of neat to multi-stream Twitch and um, I was gonna say Kick. I'm not streaming on Kick. Nobody is over there. I mean, people are there, but not my people. Y'all are here. So, but yeah, I do want to figure that out. And I'm sure that it's probably super easy to do. Especially now since it's like not a big deal, but yeah. And see, I kind of like this one. I kind of like that one. All right, so this is the block that I've currently got right here. And see those outer ones again, those outer ones I think would look really neat as a different color. So, but yeah, I would take a lot. So I just say you. Yeah, hopefully one day I will be fancy, and then you can be so proud of me, and you'll be like, remember when you were not fancy, and I'll be like, but Tezubi said that I needed to be fancy by multi-streaming, so um, but yeah. Yeah, it does. It's kind of like yeah, that is very reminiscent of like a sun with rays coming off. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to describe oh, oh, you're sweet. You're sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Um all right, y'all. So you know what I think I'm going to do? I think that I'm going to go back to this one cuz I really like out of the ones that I've done, I really am digging this one. And what's funny is like, you've essentially got your sawtooth square, which I think is one of the most like iconic kind of um quilt blocks. So you've essentially got that and then you've got your diamond in the middle. So yeah, we're going to go back to this pattern and I'm going to go ahead and sew it up. I'm going to go ahead and sew it up because I want to add another mini quilt to my background. If you can see right here, this rainbow thing, that's a mini quilt that I did a while back because I was just like, I'm feeling these rainbows. I don't even think I did it like during Pride Month. I may have done it, but I love it so much. And it's like about this big. But yeah, I want to put some more mini quilts around me, surround myself with miniature things. So, we're going to go back to this one. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and just sew it up and get it all fancy. Because like I said, out of the ones that I've done, that's the one that's really like, ha, ha. Yes, it's sung to me. I agree. It looks good that way. Yeah. See, I figured that y'all felt me too. So we're gonna do that. We'll get it back to the way that we had it, like this, and like this, and like this. And let's make sure we've got everything. Do 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 do. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's sew it up. And the way that I always do it is I like to start with my column here, put these on there, and then we kind of go from there, get everything pressed, blah blah blah. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get our clips out. Y'all know that I love the Wonder Clips, always a favorite. All right, let's get this bad boy going. Again, I really appreciate y'all coming out and like hanging out with this 1,000 subscribers celebration. It's been a fun time. I really, know, every time I post on here, I think to myself, I'm like, nobody's gonna show up. It's gonna be me talking to myself for 2 hours, which is fine. I've been there and I've done that. Trust me, I've had the days where I literally just talk to myself. But it's definitely very lovely to have y'all with me as well. So, all right. Now, let's make sure that everything's still going well and going our way and that I didn't get things twisted cuz I've done that many a times on my YouTube channel. I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm sewing this." And I'm just going all blah 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 and then I'm like, "Oh, I just twisted this up." All sorts of jacked up. All right, we're good. All right. There we go. Clip it up. Clip, clip. Like this. I love the chain piece whenever I can because it just makes life so much easier. Oh, now why did I not do that one? All right. Chain piece when we can. All right. Okay. See, see, things are trying to get all twisted. They're trying to trip me up. You gotta tell them to stop it now. Yeah. All right. One more. And then we'll get the last column, and then we'll do our rows, and then we'll have us a little fancy little block that we did. This is exactly what I needed. All right. And again, like I said, I love to double check it just to make sure. Let's get the phone back out and double check it. Okay, this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay. All right. Everything's looking good. Everything's still good. uh, all right, one more column, and then we'll do our rows. You know, it's so interesting how sewing is like 80% cutting and measuring and like 20% actually sewing. It's crazy. All right. Don't get it twisted. If you haven't noticed, I like to make up songs as I go as well, so. Okay, let's get our iron back on. And we're gonna get these here. See, chain piecing is the absolute best thing ever. Love it so much. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Alright, we're gonna just go ahead. We're just gonna like go ahead and kind of get through this here. And then I will have my iron ready because I've got pretty much everything nestled and nested, and I mean it's all together anyway because we chain pieced. So let's just go ahead and let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling with it. Yeah, this Yeah, this is good. This is good stuff here. Alright, and this seam is going to go to when we're going to lay it and open. We're gonna lay it open. I know those words probably did not make any sense there, but when I was saying them, they did. Maybe just not in that particular arrangement. Oh, don't mind me. Oh, yeah. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and do this one so it'll be a little bit easier. And again, this seam right here in the middle, we're gonna go ahead and just kind of lay it open since it's a little bit bulkier than the others. These other ones are nesting pretty well the way that they are. So, of course, if you were doing this, you can press your seams open or you can nest them, whichever way that you like. I usually will go with the way that the fabric kind of like tells me, because it just kind of does what it wants to do, you know? I've kind of learned that working with scraps is that I try not to force the fabric to do too much, you know, because sometimes I work with vintage fabrics, older fabrics, things like that, and they're just not gonna do the things that like stuff that like you don't wash or whatever, pre-cuts. Yeah. Okay. All right, one more seam and then we are going to get things pressed and then we're going to have us a little quilt block. And I think it's going to look pretty dang cool. Okay, so like this one right here is going to be doing it, is going to be laying a little bit. Actually, you know, let's go ahead and open it. Let's go ahead and open it so it's not like too awkward. Yeah, I'll fix that. I'll fix that. I'll have to do a little snipperoo, but it's okay. And that one's open too. Yeah, we'll go ahead and open that one. Again, sometimes you have to change things on the fly. You know, on the fly. And this one, again, it's a little bit thick too. So we'll go ahead and open it up too. And then again, we'll do a little trim, a little fix, a little snip, and it'll be just fine. And you know, for my purposes, it'll be just dandy. All right. So now we've got our iron nice and heated up. And we're gonna give things a little press, a little snipperoo. Let's just lay it like this. And like I said, this probably would have worked out a little bit better if I had pressed everything open. But, you know, huh. I don't follow the rules. I don't follow the rules. A lot of the times, the quilt police can come for me, but I still get things done. Yeah, it's not gonna look the prettiest on the back. Just ignore what I'm doing right now. Don't look away from how I'm pressing this right now. If you're gonna be picky, I am not. I'm already excited about this. Like I haven't even turned it over yet, but I just I mean clearly from, what we looked at earlier, like we know that this is going to be a banger. So, can I press you open now? Cuz you're a little bulky. Oh, yeah, because I chain pieced, I needed to snip that so that it lays. Yeah, 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 yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Alright, we're just gonna kind of smash over that that seam. Gotta hop off, put the kiddo to bed. Congratulations, have a good. Hey, Teza B, thank you so much for stopping by. For real, like I appreciate you, and I've already told you before that it was amazing meeting you IRL a couple of months ago, or a month ago, or yeah, I guess a month ago now. Dang. But yeah, it was awesome meeting you, and we will definitely see you again in the future, and we'll spend more time, outside of the room. For those of you that may not know, so my thing, you know how people like have their thing where they're like, oh, we go to the beach or the mountains or whatever. Well, our thing is Dragon Con, and so we met Tezabi at Dragon Con. And that was like the first time I've ever met somebody that I strictly met from online in person. And it was amazing. She was amazing. Fun times. So, yeah, that is that story. So, definitely a pleasure. But, yeah, this is it right here. Okay. All right, I'm going to put it down here. Isn't this what they do on YouTube videos? There's like, oh, you've got like the build and the curiosity gap and this and that, and you're like, oh, the reveal. She is lying. Don't believe her. I'm terrible. Okay, all of those words are incorrect. Um, very much lying. So do not listen to this one. Fantastic person. Anyway, will you go put your kid to bed? Anyway, here is the reveal of our quilt block. Ta da da da. Ta da da da. Look at that. It looks like the picture. Oh, look at that. Let's see. Oh, what is this side doing over here? Just what are you being all weird? Hold on. Hold on. Ignore that. Ignore that reveal. Okay, here's the reveal. Ta-da! Ta-da! Yay! Yay! Okay, that's that. I do like this. The only thing I would say is I do think that it's weird in the middle where the dots come together. That would be the thing that I would change. Is I don't particularly care for that. But what's fun is that since this is going to be a mini quilt for me, I can always cover that up with something. Like I could put some sort of applique, or I could, do something like different. But yeah, no, I am very pleased with this. I am excited about that. And I probably, I don't think I'll cover it up. I think I'll just let it ride like this. And so, okay, also, as a recap, so we started out with four pieces of fabric that were 12 and a half inches square. We made eight half square triangles from each pair, and then we trimmed those to 5.5 inch squares. So this mini quilt here, after all is said and done, is measuring. So this whole surface is 20 inches square. That is where we're at. So right here is a 20-inch square block, which I like as a size for a mini quilt. My rainbow one is around that size as well. But yeah, I just feel like that this is a good kind of feel and a good size. So, but yeah, those are the measurements. And of course I got thread. But yeah, so that is what we have. But yeah. So anyway, it is 8:17. I've been live for 2.5 hours, and I believe I'm gonna call it a night because I'm getting hungry, and my stomach is telling me that hey, you should probably eat something. But but anyway, I just want to say thank y'all so very much for coming. I just threw some of the clips on the ground. We're just gonna pretend like those aren't there. But yeah, no, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate y'all hanging out. Definitely good to see everybody. Yes, yes. I want to make it more frequent than, 2 times a year. So and I'll get a better camera thing and we'll figure out the audio to be even better. But yeah, so thank y'all again for joining me. I appreciate it, and I will see y'all next time. Have a good one. Now I've got to remember how to end the stream. There's an end stream button here, and then there's one in OBS. So, anyway, I'll see y'all later.